Welcome everyone to Read the Book First. This week, Marissa is here to help us break down the two different movie adaptations of the Stepford Wives.
Emphasis on different.
Different. I think we should start with the 1975 one first.
Chronological.
Yes, chronological. You've not seen either of these before.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me neither. And I have very differing thoughts about them.
They're not okay. They are not the same movie.
No, which is wonderful.
This is like how there was 3 girls in my graduating class named Marissa.
Uh-huh.
We are all different people.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Mhm.
That's the book,
the
movie,
and
the
movie.
original movie, and
Yes.
the 2000 version movie.
Yes.
They all have the same name. They are all different people.
Yes, absolutely. I'm really glad we read and watched these, but at the same time, I don't know if I recommend people to watch specifically the Nicole Kidman one. The 1975 one, I didn't mind.
No, I mean
It's fine. For 1975,
yeah,
it's pretty decent, you know?
Did you happen to see who the screenwriter was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I was kind of like spacing out because the old movies, they have like they do all the credits in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Oh, scenic shots of them driving into Stepford. And then I happened to glance up and it was like his name was going past. And I was like, okay, well, obviously, automatically, I'm going to rewind that.
Yep.
Is that William Goldman?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yes. So the same author and writer of The Princess Bride wrote
Bride. He wrote Misery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wrote the screenplay for Stepford Wives. But also, I don't know if I talked about this in the book episode, but Ira, what's their
Levin.
face? Thank you. I was said Ira Glass. Wrong person.
Janessa's been really into NPR podcast hosts lately. Carl Sagan for Peter Sagal.
They're all the same. Anyways, the author of the book originally was trying to write a screenplay for a film, but then he realized there's too many characters, and that's why he turned it into such a short little novel. And so I thought that was interesting going into this, because then when William Goldman wrote this, the director and him had major beef.
What?
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Forbes and William Goldman had
both of these movies directed and written by men.
Yep.
I'll just say that. And the book is Ira Levin is a straight man.
Yeah.
Like,
but
ostensibly they're all straight. You know, we don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know.
yeah. As far as we know.
Yeah.
But
married to women at the very least.
yes. But yeah, so Forbes and Goldman had major beef, and Forbes, like, essentially, as he was filming, was rewriting the script, which, like, directors do occasionally to fit, how it changes.
Yeah.
But, like, by the end, Goldman was like, I hate this movie. He changed it and, like, all this. And I'm like, I think it's just when I was reading about the drama of this movie, which is essentially between those two. That's about all the drama that's actually in the movie.
Yeah.
Not compared to the 2004. There's drama in that one.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That does not surprise me
Right?
in the least.
Right?
It tells in the product. You know what I'm saying?
It's just interesting that all these men are involved in these movies that are supposed to be so feminist, and yet
horror.
they're like, their viewpoint and their drama affects how the product turns out.
These are men who are like, well, the reason women can't be directors is because they're too emotional. They can't like take themselves out, and they're like throwing tantrums on set and like having like feuds with the screenwriters.
Yeah,
get a grip.
Yeah, but anyways.
All artists are temperamental.
Exactly.
As somebody who worked in an art gallery for 5 years. You didn't know this?
I didn't know
that
this.
was my college
That's
job.
Marissa lore.
I did the payroll. I did like all the administrative tasks for a bunch of artists. Very difficult. Yeah. You really get good at not yelling at people to submit their fucking timesheets.
Yeah. Okay, so this movie starts out, it's so 70s. It's just like this crazy, horrific, also I love it, wallpaper.
Oh my God. The houses. I was like, this is my both sets of grandparents' house.
Yes.
There's like that is it whose house? I can't remember whose house it is, but there's like it's the therapist. Her like office with the wood paneling. Yep. I was like, whoa, this is my grandparents' old house.
It's just 70s architecture and home design is so over the top and camp, and I like equally hate it and love it. Like,
I love it.
I'm like, it's so tacky, and I'm like, yes, I like. But like, it reminds me of my grandparents' houses.
The aesthetic, it's like bright, and there's like patterns,
shag carpet.
Okay, I don't like shag. I don't like carpet so much. Stop covering fucking hardwood.
That I agree with. Yeah, but I also like the feeling of shag carpet. It's just like a little cozy sock.
Oh no, I as a very sweaty hot person, and hot being my internal temperature, I am naturally warm.
Yeah,
I don't like carpet. It makes me feel warm, and I already feel warm. Yeah. But I hate the like modern aesthetic where everything's like neutral,
the millennial beige.
Yeah, and then people are like painting over wood cabinets with kitsch. Or like taking out like copper sinks and putting in marble. It makes me want to throw up. Oh, sorry. At least things were unique, you know?
Yes.
I mean, everything was shit for everyone but white men back in the 70s, but their houses look nice to me.
Yeah. But so they're moving out of New York, and our main character, who is played by...
What's her name? Catherine.
Yes, Catherine Ross.
Yeah. Who's married to Sam Elliott of Mustache fame.
Yes. And who was also
and
she's beautiful.
Okay, how come women don't have the eye thing anymore? Because like Diane Keaton, like I feel like in the 70s they all had that like suit. Maybe it was just like those kinds of facial features were popular back then. But their eyes are super far apart and like, damn. Her long hair, her
outfit, her and Bobby's outfits in every scene. I was like, I would wear this. I would wear this.
I know.
I loved it. She's also the daughter in The Graduate. So that's what her big she was like in a lot of like plays and stuff and like smaller roles in films, but that was her big breakout role. Then this, and then something else later, which I forget, but it's not important enough for me to remember.
That's right.
But I think she's great in this. Which is good. We need Joanna, whatever, to like be a good actress.
Yes.
To carry this movie.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Maybe another example of that not working out so well.
Yeah. She's
also like Joanna from the book, where she's like, she just is like a normal human person. Another comparison we will talk about.
Yeah.
Right. She's just like, and she's living in she's living in 1977. Yeah. Her husband is a high-powered lawyer, and she is a stay-at-home mom who is a talented photographer, but that is not valued. Just like the book.
Yes. And in general, the 1975 movie is the most of the two similar to the book.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. It sticks to like the major things.
Yeah.
I will talk about the ending, about how the things I wish they didn't do.
Yeah.
But I really liked in the beginning. I mean, it's a little bit like heavy-handed, but like when they have that random person carrying a mannequin across the street in New York, and she takes a picture of it, and the kids are like, "There's a naked woman." Well, that's why we're leaving.
We're leaving New York.
Yeah, and like it's like,
God, and her husband Walter is schlub. Oh, he is gross.
He like has a comb over.
Yeah, and he's like balding, and like it. No offense to balding guys, but like, you know, maybe a little self-awareness. You know, listen, we're watching Love Island right now. There's a lot of parallels I drew.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just maybe, you know. And she's gorgeous. Like, she is like gorgeois. And he is this like schlubby little fucking nerd. A drooling nerd. To quote Bette Midler.
When they get to Connecticut, they have Stepford, which is in Connecticut in this fictional world.
Oh,
which
Stepford is in Connecticut.
Absolutely.
It exists somewhere.
They get to this, you know, beautiful house, and immediately a neighbor brings over a casserole, and she just walks back into the woods and there's like mystical music playing.
Yes.
And then Walter, Joanna's husband, is so intrigued that he kind of just like stumbles over to the mailbox, and then without greeting their neighbor, who we assume he doesn't know, he's like, she looks really good, Ted, or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So this what made me mad is that like in the book, Walter is clueless until he gets kind of taken in by the cult of the women or the men's association.
This made me kind of like consider like change that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they're very like upfront. Walter already knows something is going on. Like maybe not like the extent of what they're doing, but he knows, hey, when you move here, your wife ends up becoming what you want.
Yeah. And we learn like this is another departure from the book. We learn later that in the book, it's like they've decided, you know, whether or not Joanna really wanted to move to Stepford. That's up for debate. But they just like looked, you know, are the schools good? Like how's clean air? I was very obsessed with clean air back then. Wait till the future. But they're like, you know, Walter did not know that.
Yeah,
it's made, I think, kind of clear that he doesn't know until that first men's association meeting when he comes home and then jacks off next to her in bed.
Yikes.
But in this one, we find out that she says like, you asked us to move and then we talked about it, but you had already found a house by the time you asked me if we wanted to move. So like he had already been in the town, ostensibly talking with people who live there. So yeah, it's much more nefarious in that way.
I don't mind that if it wasn't like in the first 5 minutes. I wish we found that out later on because I wish it added to the suspense. And I think that's the thing both these movies take away is the suspense of the book.
The horror of it too, of like watching this person who in the book, Walter was like, he's like going to women's lib movements, watching that person that you knew and you were married to shift completely with like, for this like fucked up utopia, you know? Yeah. So,
and I think that's what both movies kind of fail a bit. I still would argue that as we talk about it, the 1975 one is still like a horror movie.
Yes.
But like it definitely takes away some of the oomph. It's leading the audience too much. And I don't know if that is what Goldman wanted, what the director wanted, or just what in general audiences needed at that moment. But like horror movies are pretty big at this point.
The book came out at the same time, and I think it was popular. I mean, so, and the book is ambiguous as you can be. We don't really find, we have all these theories at the end. Like Jenessa and I talked about this in our book when like, what do we think happened? Because they don't tell us. And the movie is like, oh, well, here's what actually happened. And if the book was popular, why wouldn't that be popular in a movie format? Like ambiguous endings and ambiguous endings. I'm sorry. People don't think they're going to work, but they always do. They're always good. Like, as controversial as like the ending scene of Sopranos is, everyone still talks about it.
Never seen it.
Okay. Well, if you have, you know what I'm talking about. It's a fade to black, basically. Like there's a big event and then it fades to black and we have no idea what happened. I don't know. Like, what's the people they didn't need that.
Yeah.
This is men directors saying like, well, people will watch it if no.
Yeah.
Ambiguous endings are always popular. They're always a hit. Not with everybody because some people are stupid, but with a lot of people.
Yeah. As like Joanna and her family are getting like situated in the town, the bus full of kids being quiet and orderly, so creepy. Right. That is horror.
That's horror right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also like, what's going on? Because in the book, the kids are just kids. And this is another thing we talked about. Like, when do the female children get, like, what happens to them when they're 20 coming home and like realizing, you know, or do they get Stepfordized? Yeah. So,
I mean, if everyone in the community is acting this way, then it's more of a learned behavior and less of a like have to be changed behavior. You know what I mean? To some point, I guess.
There's always going to be kids who are
rebellious.
Yeah, rebellious. Yeah. There's always especially in this like very like close-knit. And I was like, think about if you're so like these kids they're not like 3, 4, right? Where they're still like early developing memories. Oh, some of them are like, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
They know their mom as someone, and then their mom just switched gears.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, they've been raised. I was a weird kid because my fucking mom is weird, right? Both my parents are weird, but like my mom really spent like, so like if my mom changed and I'm still the weird kid and my mom is like, oh, I'll bake you a casserole. Paula would never. But, like that is, I would love like a view on the kids. That's a horror movie in itself. It's like if there's gay kids, if there's like anybody outside of like the norm.
Yep.
And now their moms are like cookie cutter. Oh, horrifying. That hit me this time. I don't know why, because seeing those creepy kids.
Like that's when
I was first, like, what's going on with these children?
Yeah, so watching this movie, I was like, oh no, it's not going to be as creepy and nuanced. And then suddenly the kids, and I was like, just kidding. We are in a horror movie.
I think parts of it, oh my God. I wrote down a quote. Parts of it are really creepy. Yeah. Like when they come over to Joanna's house, like the men.
That's awful. Yeah.
And what's his Diz?
Yeah.
Is watching her in the kitchen, and he has the worst voice in the world. And he goes, I wrote this quote down because I was like,
I wrote it down too.
He goes, I like to watch women doing domestic little chores. And that is like his voice in the whole thing, which I'm like, a little not scary. But he says that to her. Yeah. And yeah. And he's like talking about, everyone just wants to be happy, Joanna. Yeah. Oh, it's so, the men in this are so creepy. And they're boring. I agree with Joanna.
Yeah.
They're boring bores. This is why I don't do bureaucracy. I can't deal with like arguing over whether we should have a tag sale, whatever the hell that is, or a barn dance, which I do. I vote for barn dance every time.
Barn dance. There's a scene in the parking lot of the grocery store where a wife gets hit by a car, or like by another car, like backs into another car, and the one of the ladies like hits her head. Obviously is going to have a concussion of some sort, and there's like the mystical music, and the mystical music is like so cheesy now when we watch it in 2025, but like in the 70s probably spooky. But I love the mystical music. Every time I was like
mystical music.
And then she's just like, I'm fine, my head,
I hit my head,
and Joanna notices,
who could have seen that happening? I hit my head. It's like that, like she's
not freaking out.
And it's much more subtle. There's a very similar scene in the 2004 version that is not subtle at all. But it's much more subtle. It's like that is like, oh, she could just be like dazed, right? And it's like, oh, what happened? Like, and you're just repeating yourself, you know. But maybe Joanna, she has a concussion. We don't know. It's not like, and I am a robot. I have been reset. It's like it's a natural human subtle, reaction, I think.
Yeah, and Joanna realizes that they take her the opposite way from where the hospital supposedly is. And
I actually that scene, because she's like, I know we just moved here, but ain't it in that direction? Yeah. And her husband's like, don't be an idiot. Yeah. And then he checks again. He's like, oh, you're right.
You're right.
I was like, yeah.
And then the next, like, he goes to the men's association, whatever. And then, like, she wakes up and Walter's back and he's like drinking and crying. And she's like, how is that lady from that got hit? And he goes, he's crying, tears in his eyes. He's like, everything's fine. And it's just like, what is this emotion?
I love you. You love me, right? I love you. We love each other. I'm like, what the crap? There's another scene that really confused me that was similar to that with Charmaine's husband.
Yes.
And I was like, what? Yeah. So it's like he knows.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
And he's just eventually convinced to not care. Yeah.
Bobby in this film, I love her. She is tall. She is beautiful. She does not care about keeping her kids neat and tidy. She's like
her house.
Yeah. And I love how fast Joanna and Bobby are like to be friends, because I was reading online like different critiques. People are like, oh, people don't become friends that easily. I'm like, if you're stuck in this place and you find the only other person who is not acting the way you don't want to act, you're gonna be friends.
You're gonna find your
people. Called trauma bonding.
Yeah. One thing that I did find funny is, and I was like, what is this scene? And I'm guessing it is a director rewrite because William Goldman is like an Academy Award winning
he's an amazing screenwriter.
But when Bobby first, so in the book, when Bobby first comes to Joanna's house, like she comes to Joanna's house and she's like, are you normal? Great. I'm so happy to hear that. But in this one, she like finds her randomly in a field.
Yeah.
And like there's an umbrella and like Joanna's like laying down in the field and Bobby's just like, Joanna, are you here? It's such silly. A weird scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't you just have her go to her house?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like weird little choices, I would say, in this movie that made me be like, okay, it's not as good as the book.
Yeah.
Spoilers. It's neither of them are as good as the book.
No.
But yeah, it was just so but I do love Bobby, but that I was just like, there's a lot of things like that where I was totally taken out because I was like, what? Why are they doing this?
Yeah. And then as Bobby and Joanna go around and ask the women to join their women's interest group, I think the way the other Stepford Wives act disinterested, I think is very well done. It's not over the top. It's like these women actually do like to do house chores.
Yeah. Well, I just don't have any time. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's
nobody's like,
you're boring, but
like
okay.
Hard. Yeah, exactly. Like, right. They're just kind of like, okay, well, their interests are much more different than mine. Yeah. It's just, it's everything is much more subtle than like, how dare you? I must do my housework. Jeez.
The dialect. Okay, the choice to make the guy Claude, does the dialect voice recording stuff for them, to make him like have a stutter, is such an odd choice. I'm as someone who had a stutter for her early childhood and still does, if you listen to this podcast, you know, why make him have a stutter? Like, what's the purpose of it? Is it to make him less intimidating?
I think
because that's rude.
Or maybe like flawed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like he's like, oh, look at this fucking guy with his stutter. What a nerd.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Like, that's not my problem with the men in these books and movies.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have a stutter or like are weird looking. I mean, maybe be a little self-aware about it. My problem is how you weaponize that against your wives, against your beautiful wives. Yeah, I didn't get that either. I also, still creepy, the recording thing. I thought it was creepy in the book. And I was like, if somebody asked me to do this, I would say no. Yeah. I do. There was like after Bobby gets changed. You've listened to the book version of the podcast. Yeah. It's the same basic plot.
Yeah.
So after Bobby gets changed, I loved how they brought back the language thing in because it's hinted in the book, right? We like, oh, these are the words that they have, but. Joanna's like, oh, what does archaic mean? I've heard you use this word, the word archaic, and the other Stepford Wives didn't know what it was. But I know you do because you used it correctly. And Bobby's like, oh, I simply do not. Do I know what that word means? I don't know. And Joanna goes, it's not one of the words, is it? And I was like, yes, it's not one of the fucking words. Yeah. I love that. No, I did like that scene.
I think it was really smart. I also liked that we have the artist make a portrait of each woman. And so we see that portrait in each house. And I think that's also a good little tip off, of something's creepy. What I didn't like about both movies, is that at one point we see the inside of the men's association. And in the book, at the end, do we see anything, or does she just go in? We don't ever.
She never goes.
Yeah.
It's because it's fade to black, basically.
Yeah.
And the last we see is the last scene with Joanna point of view is her being like, Bobby, you have to cut yourself.
Yeah.
Because I need to see you bleed.
Yeah.
And then we fade to black, and the next scene is in the grocery store with another woman who we know is about to be stepfordized. But there's too much emphasis on the men, on their perspective. Without Joanna there, I think the book really benefited from being limited perspective, right? We only see Joanna. We only know what she knows. can, like her, we can deduce what's going on because she's intelligent and the reader is intelligent. But yeah, this one, it's like the men in their bedroom. And I was like, ooh, what? And they're like, oh, this will do. And I'm like, ew, gross. Or like we see the men in the what is it called? Men's Association. The little boys club. Yeah. And I don't care about what they're doing. It takes away from the horror, right? Because we see what's going on with them. Like them seeing like them driving Charmaine's husband and him being like, oh.
It just turns it into like, oh, is this like a weird popularity contest type issue drama instead of a horror movie?
Yeah.
Every time we see the interior of the men's association.
And I think that's like what often like a good horror movie, you're following one or a couple people and you don't know what's happening outside of their perspective.
We have too much information in this movie.
Not that I know much about good horror movies. I cannot watch them.
I know. Us two
I'm
weenies.
so scared. but I think, and like a thriller even, like the point of that is that we as people only know our own perspectives, right? We can't know what somebody's doing when they're in another place from us, right? Yeah. Like when I'm at my house and you're at your house, I don't know what you're fucking doing.
Yeah.
And it ain't none of my business, to be frank.
Thank you.
But you know, like that's, I think that, and this is because this is like a kind of cut in our own world story. So I think like that would have really made it way scarier. And that's what made the book like, I love this book and it was hard to read for me because I was like, what's going on? Yeah. It gave me the like my shoulder to neck ratio really lowered.
Another thing they added here is when Bobby and Joanna are trying to get the water tested because Bobby has this whole theory. They go to Joanna's ex, who is now like some sort of chemist in the city, and they're having this conversation and they're both talking like, oh, I'm happy, you're happy and married, whatever. And then he like writes on a piece of paper the test results that they're normal. I'm not really happy either. And it's like, what was the point of that? Because she doesn't do anything about it.
No.
It's just like, oh, it's the point to say that this hot woman who's beautiful and talented is also desired by other people? We don't need that.
We don't need that. We know. We know.
We know. Look at her.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at the material.
I was like, in that bit, I was like, this was written by a man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, can you believe another guy thinks she's attractive? I'm like, yeah, who doesn't think this gorgeous woman is attractive? Wake up, people.
Yeah. Yeah. And as the movie goes, right, because Bobby gets Stepfordized, and then Joanna has a freak out in which her husband's like, we can move if you go to therapy. Well,
and there's plenty of men therapists in this town you can go to. And
she's like, I'll go to a woman. Which
the woman with the office that looks like my grandparents' living room. Thank you.
Yeah. And
actually, the shrink in this one
was spooky.
It's spooky.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I was like, how do I believe her?
Well, there were some moments where she was like, she wasn't Stepfordized, but I was like, is she?
She's just not a good psychiatrist. Well,
yeah,
not the best. But Joanna's like, I think they're robots. Like, just straight out tells her. And the psychiatrist are like, take the kids and run.
Right.
Which I'm like, I mean,
I thought the psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever she was in the book, we talked about this, how we thought it was like very realistic.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if somebody tells you like, my husband's a robot, you're going to be like, okay, let's find
what are you stressed about?
What's the real thing that's going on in your brain here, right? Like, because and it's not like, it's not like we should believe women. It's just like, but obviously, like if you think somebody's a robot and this is like this is a science fiction story, like you're gonna be like, okay, okay, so we're having maybe some like mental health struggles, and this one she's like, oh, you think they're robots? All right, you better run. It's like, what? That's okay. A little bit unrealistic, the response.
And then we get to the last like chain of scenes, which is like the scary chasing part in the book. It's a little bit different here. She gets home, the kids are gone, Walter's drinking, and like
he is so like
gross.
Is dark. He is dark in the like he actually
it's
like
scary.
Freaked me out.
He like forces her, like tries to like force her, and like she like forces her in the room, right? Or she like runs to the room.
Well, he tries to, I don't know, he's like because she's upset and he's like trying to force her to do something. We don't know. He's like, come here. And she's like fighting him off, and she like pushes him on the stairs, and he gets a boo-boo on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then she runs into the room. Yeah, I'm going to speak like that about him because he deserves it.
Yeah.
And then she runs into the room and locks herself in. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have some old tech that if you didn't have a landline, you wouldn't know, but like the phone has a little light when it's busy. Yes. And so she waits for the light. And I was like, my grandma had that exact phone.
Yep. Everybody's grandma had that. My grandparents had, their house was attached to like a general store right outside Yosemite, and they had to have that because the landlines were the same in the house and the store. So yeah, I know it well.
And then she sees that her husband's talking on the phone, and so she's able to escape the house while he's distracted, and she runs to Bobby, and she cuts herself.
Well, she runs to Bobby because she thinks that Bobby has her kids.
Yes.
Yeah. She doesn't know what her kids are. She's like, we're just gonna go with the most obvious choice kind of thing. Yeah. And then she stabs.
Yep.
When she stabs Bobby, that I said out loud, that is a wild thing to do.
To stab your friend?
That's I mean, because what if it was real?
Exactly.
Like what if she was like...
At least stab her in the hand, like not in her gut?
What if it was like the brain chip thing? Yeah. And it's like, well, then she's gonna fucking bleed still. Yeah. She didn't bleed.
She doesn't bleed.
Oh, Lord.
But Bobby breaks down.
Oh, but yeah, why would you do a thing like that? And then she has she short circuits and starts dumping coffee on the ground, and I actually really like that scene. I bet it was super fun for the actors to film. She just gets to bring like coffee cups and stuff.
Because Walter chases after her, and she knocks him over.
The whole town, basically. Yeah. Oh, that's in the.
Is that earlier?
That's the.
He knocks her over the head. That's what I wrote.
She comes back.
Yeah,
because she realized that. Yeah, because that's right. She realizes I was very tired last night.
It's fine.
I was both tired and I had drank like a lot of sugar. So yeah, it was so very strange.
The slushy really got us.
Slushy really got me. Yeah. But he comes back. That's right.
Yeah, and so Joanna knocks Walter out over the head, and then
with a fire poker, which is sick. And was always my weapon of choice when I was home alone.
Same.
And in a house with multiple wood stoves.
Yes, same. And I had that exact same experience, which is wild. Me at 10 when my mom went to the gas station grocery store for milk.
Yeah, well, it's a long drive. It's an hour into town for food and whatever. It was for 5 minutes for my mom. If I didn't want to go,
yeah, that makes sense. But
in
Walter,
Idaho,
full
of nefarious figures.
Men and bears.
Yep. Gross men and bears.
Yes.
Not the bears. Bears are fine.
Bears are fine unless they're in your house.
You know what? I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Bears are great. Not in my house. These words of wisdom.
Oh, yes. But Walter does tell her that the kids are at the men's association, right? While he's like dazed.
Because she's like, where the fuck are my fucking cat? She doesn't curse, but the implication is there. And then wallops him over the head with the fire poker.
And she gets to the men's association and she hears the kids' voices, which again, creepy. And like, imagine if we hadn't seen any interior of the men's association until this time.
How did they get those?
The kid's voice.
Because they weren't a part of this recording thing that Joanna was a part of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's her daughter's voice specifically. It's not her son's voice, it's her daughter's voice.
In the 1975 movie, they're both daughters.
Oh, my bad.
No, but because in the book, it's a son and a daughter.
Yes.
It's Kim and Amy.
Yeah.
And we know their names one time because she's running up the stairs screaming, Kim! Amy! That's so creepy. This is what I'm talking about. A Stepford Wives, but from the perspective of the children.
Yes.
Horrifying.
Yeah, and she's running through the house, running away from Diz, and she runs into what is essentially the set that they're using, which I think is a fun idea. It's a set of her room.
They've made a replica of her bedroom.
But anyone that knows how movies work, I'm like, the set production was like, we're gonna save on this budget.
We're
gonna move it slightly.
Yeah. We're gonna put some like high walls so we look like we've superimposed this room. Hello.
And then their dog, who's also been missing forever, because Walter like ditches the dog. Rude. Don't trust a man who ditches your dog.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Don't let a bear in your house.
No bears in house. Bears outside only.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And ditch that dude who
gets rid of your dog.
Gets rid of your dog.
Without
like
permission.
they say it's like dead, or like they're searching for it, they can't find it, and Walter's like, oh, it's dead.
Yeah. Anyways, but the dog's in this set of her room. Yeah, Walter's not a good man.
He's a jerk face.
Absolutely.
If I have to get obscene about it.
And then we have robot Joanna appears, but she has no eyes. So creepy.
And she's like holding a nylon, and I was like, no, she's gonna kill her. She's gonna kill her.
And we don't see it.
But it happens.
And then we get cut to the grocery store, and we get revealed of a close-up of Joanna's eyes. And that's how the movie ends. And
so they kill them in this version. Again, book, we don't know what happens. We don't know what happens. They kill them and replace them with robots in this version. I don't know that I needed my hand held. I don't know that I needed to know the answer to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Did I think the idea of you killing or a robot looking like you being the one that kills you, horrifying?
Yeah. Yeah.
My actual nightmare.
With no eyes. Yeah. I think
why there are no eyes.
This movie is almost a really good horror movie.
It's
almost, so close.
It's almost a good. Yeah. It's very nearly there. And
a lot of people who were part of the production did not like this movie, and this movie like wasn't terribly successful in the box office.
It wasn't. Both the movies are flops.
Yeah. And I understand why this one's a flop, because this came out after Rosemary's Baby, so it had all the hype of all of that same author.
Yeah, right. And Rosemary's Baby is good.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well,
wow. Who directed that?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's why it's Roman Polanski.
Known
murderer.
Yes. Yikes. Oh, yikes.
And sex pred?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Known sex pred.
Absolutely. So want to hear some fun facts?
Of course.
So I said most of them. But the two kids in this movie were 13 days apart in real life.
Oh, that would have been a hard gestation.
Right? Well, I mean, the actors.
I'm joking.
I know.
That's what we call in the business a little jokey joke, Jenessa.
The author, Betty Friedan, who wrote The Feminine Mystique, which the book is mentioned in the book and also in this. Yeah. She watched this and hated it and thought it was anti-woman and anti-human.
I couldn't agree more with you, Betty. Yeah. I wonder if she liked the book, because I think the book's good. Good. Yeah. It is feminist lit, in my opinion.
Yeah. Which is
the only opinion that matters to me.
Yes. And then Jordan Peele has talked a lot about how this is one of his favorite older horror movies, and it inspired a lot of Get Out.
Interesting.
Like he's talking about it.
I see he just was like, okay, we're gonna get rid of all the fucking weird parts that don't make any sense.
But there's a lot of similarities. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So, and then the other fun facts are about the beefing, which we already talked about.
The beefing. And I think probably if you had just let William Goldman do his thing,
I wonder,
it probably would have. Yeah. I'd be curious to know. I'm
curious to read the actual screenplay.
Like his written versus what
came out.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate the movie. I don't know. There's obviously bits I didn't like, but I would watch it again. It's not one I'm never gonna watch again, but I wouldn't choose to, but if it was on TV,
it was on, I'd
watch it. Absolutely.
Yeah, if there was a break in the Avengers marathon on
hotel.
TNT, you would watch this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. But
or if it was on TCM, they got the good.
Yeah,
they do. The good old movies. Yeah.
But is it a good adaptation?
Okay, I'm thinking about this in relation to the next movie we're going to talk about. So compared to that one. Yes, it's pretty good. I think it misses the mark in some places, like doing a more omniscient view for the viewers rather than a fully limited view, just focusing on Joanna, which is totally possible to do for a movie. Like the movie Memento exists, and you're fully limited in that movie. So, is that a Christopher Nolan movie? Anyways, I think it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
You're joking, Jenessa.
I have seen so little movies.
Okay. Anyways, and I like telling showing what happens at the end. Ugh. I don't know about that. So it's an okay.
It's an okay. I agree. It's an
okay
compared
adaptation. To the 2004. It is a glowing, shining star, a beacon of light.
Yes. But by itself,
just by itself, it's okay.
It's fine. It misses the mark.
It misses the mark a little bit. I do think Joanna is great.
Yes.
I think it shows how like powerless she is, and like women are, even like really strong, talented, independent women, which is sort of the point. Like all these women are strong and talented. We're at one point strong and talented.
Yes.
And then their baby boy husbands were like, but we just sort of want a mommy to do our laundry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Gross.
Pretty fine. Yeah. It's all right. It's not a bad movie.
No. Yeah.
If you don't read the book, it's a fine.
Yeah.
It's a fine movie.
It gets the point across.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A little heavy-handed sometimes.
But, All right. The 2004.
Okay, let's
buckle
get into it.
This movie is wild.
I was really pissed for like the first half hour of this movie, and then I was like, no, this is Marissa S, not Marissa L. You know what I'm saying? This is we got a whole different being here. It's its own thing. It's just because it's called Stepford Wives, it's not related.
Yeah, and this movie was also marketed as a remake of the old movie, not of the book. Which is neither. Wild. It's neither.
Because, and let me tell you why. Because the plot and story and the way it's shot, the 1975 movie is a make of the book. It's a remake of the book. A remake? What is that called? It's an adaptation. That's what this whole thing is, huh? This whole podcast I'm doing here.
Yeah.
It's an adaptation of the book.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean? It's a remake of the 1975 version. The 1975 plot points are
just
point for point of the book. Except for the end, of course.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
I'm enraged.
Yeah.
They've already... Frank Oz, go back to being Miss Piggy. You've pissed me off already.
When I saw that Frank Oz directed this, I had so much hope. Because as someone who loves Miss Piggy and loves the Muppets...
Yeah, he's a Muppet guy. Stick to puppeteering.
Right?
You Yoda-ass bitch. I don't know how, but I do somehow blame George Lucas.
For this movie?
For this movie. Because...
Okay.
Yeah.
Just giving Frank Oz more money?
Terrible... Well, Actually, here's the connection. This is not real. I'm just making this up in my head.
Okay.
This is around when I think the last of the prequels...
2005.
Were coming out. Yeah. Notoriously hated, poorly written, and it's well known that the reason the 1980s Star Wars, the original Star Wars trilogy, were great was because people did mass edits of his script. He's a technical director, not a creative director.
Yes.
That's like a commonly known thing. Yeah. And then because those were popular, he got to make these pet projects, which are horrible. Like, I'm sorry for Star Wars people. I watched them in 2020. They're really bad.
Yeah.
Like, they're poorly written. It's bad. It's not good. So, and Frank Oz is connected to George Lucas because Frank Oz was Yoda, the puppeteer for Yoda. So there's some connection there with like bad writing. George Lucas has a hand in there somewhere. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
It could just be the early aughts where there was like a big resurgence of popular, like the prequels, and like Frank Oz was super popular as a puppeteer, and he like directed the Dark Crystal, a perfect movie in my opinion. Yeah. So
yeah, I had so much hope because
I saw 2004. I said, uh-oh.
I had so much hope. Despite the fact that it's starring Nicole Kidman, which she has some great movies, Practical Magic.
She's great in Big Little Lies.
Yes. But
she has some stankers.
Yes, and this is one of them.
And this is one of them.
Uh-huh. And she signed on to be on this movie because she was excited to, she loves Miss Piggy, allegedly, and she was excited to essentially work with Frank Oz because it was the closest she could work with him.
I also do, and I've never seen her at any of our Miss Piggy conventions.
Right? Allegedly. This movie is wild. It is...
First difference?
The beginning. We have Nicole Kidman, and can we talk about her Bob?
Well, can we talk about her character? Because the point of Joanna is that she is just like an everyday person, mm-hmm. right? And Joanna is this high-powered production executive for this like...
She's getting an award. She's
reality
giving a speech.
CBS, let's just say.
They have essentially a knockoff version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with what's-her-face as the host.
Hilarious. A weird version of Survivor
with a guy doing a great Jeff Probst impression. I was impressed. And in that little bit, we have Mike White, who was in Survivor later on. Not at this point he was. This point he was still doing his writer stuff.
Yeah, Mike White notoriously obsessed with Survivor despite being a bajillionaire.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Weird guy.
And it cracked me up that he's in this playing a character who is mocking Survivor before he's writing White Lotus. Mm-hmm. Hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Joanna being a powerful exec in this movie at the beginning is wild.
It's totally a shift, and it shifts the dynamic when you I'm not saying like high-powered executive women don't face their own troubles, but it is not the troubles that women elsewhere face.
An everyday
woman who, especially we have to like think about the time that this came out in the United States. This was post 9/11. There was a huge shift towards conservatism, towards traditionalism, Christianity. Like there's a huge shift towards these like quote unquote traditional values. So an everyday woman probably would have maybe felt pressure, much like Joanna in 1970, whatever, to conform to these more traditional values, like be a stay-at-home mom, like the cooking, the cleaning, the aesthetic was very popular. Like the housewife aesthetic was we had like shows like Desperate Housewives came out. Like this aesthetic was very, very, very popular when this movie came out.
Yes.
So making her a high-powered executive who has her own money. That's another thing is in the book and the first movie, Joanna is not financially independent.
Yeah.
One, because she doesn't have a job, and two, because she, through laws, cannot have her credit card.
Yes.
She has to have a male signature on a credit card. Like she cannot have her own credit card. So she literally is not financially independent. This Joanna is financially independent. She is high-powered in her own right. She surpasses
with a capital F.
Yeah, she surpasses. She fills a room of like anchor women. She surpasses the fame and everything else of her husband. So like in the book and the 1975 movie, when Joanna gets Stepfordized, it feels like punching down because she's already like kind of in this powerless place. They just want her to be more conformist, more that. No, sorry. Female executives are still rich executives. I just read Careless People, which is a story like the whistleblower from Facebook. And she was an executive, like a lower level executive. And she talks about Sheryl Sandberg, who is the COO or CFO or some high at Facebook. Horrible person. She's, a sex predator. Like horrible. Like the world is not the same for someone like us, pores, and somebody like Joanna in this movie, right? It's not equal. And same with Bobby being a high-powered writer who again surpasses the like fame and the success of her husband. Roger, a new character who's like kind of a villain for Charmaine, I guess. Yeah. Who's a gay man, being a high-powered architect. Like they're all in positions of power, which kind of just takes the main point. This is why after this revelation, I was like, okay, it's It's not
its
Stepford
own movie.
Wives. It's its own thing.
Yep.
It just has the name.
Yep.
Yeah. But this is like already we're starting with her being like already above the kind of norms, right? Like she's not just an everyday person who this is happening to.
And it's so wild how quickly in this movie she goes from being such a girl boss to like trying to conform. She goes like she literally gets shot by the Mike White character.
Or shot at.
Yeah. Yeah. She survives.
But he walks in, I'm like, he's gonna shoot her.
Yep. Absolutely.
I was like, this is 2004.
Yeah.
I also wrote down, sorry, she's like, oh no, oh dear, she has both brown hair and short hair. Hideous.
That bob is
it's horrible.
And it's hard to make Nicole Kidman in 2004 Nicole Kidman look ugly.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's like
she's a tall Australian actress.
Bombshell.
What?
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, obviously they had to make
Tom
her.
Cruise at this point.
I think she was married to Tom Cruise at this point. I think it's before the Tom Cruise divorce picture where she's like running out.
Yeah,
love that picture.
You go, girl.
For that moment. Yes.
Yeah. See, I want Nicole Kidman as a person to succeed.
Yes,
because she had to be married to Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
but Joanna, I don't care so much about.
Yeah, and she gets fired or let go because of the lawsuit involving
like this crazy guy that was on a
and they're like the game shows I can do better.
The game show is like it's Survivor, but it's also like you split up from your wife and you have like the option
the ultimatum
of like like being with like a sex worker, like he's with like one sex worker and she has like a hot Polynesian guy, Jason Momoa, before Jason Momoa was a thing, a
bunch of ladies,
porn
a
stars,
bunch of men,
like
and she's like
she's like, I can do better, and I did laugh a little bit at that.
The spoof shows that are funny.
There are lines that make me laugh because she says in that, she's like, I've only had sex with one man, and sometimes that's my husband. And that made me, I was laughing.
There's some good bits
There's some good lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it wasn't adapted from something that is so strongly feminist serious and like meant to be a horror.
Yeah.
Like if they had just like used the general premise and not called it the Stepford Wives.
Yeah.
This would have been campy and fun.
Yeah. But because we have this expectation, it's going to be a deep, like, feminist, like, story, but also a horror.
It's offensive.
It's not.
This is why you have
it's a comedy.
You must dissociate.
Yeah.
You must dissociate. It is, again, it is not Marissa L. It is Marissa S. You know, we got a different Stepford Wives here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has a kind of a mental breakdown because she gets fired and
she lost her identity. And her husband's like, why are you so sad?
And she goes through electrotherapy too.
That's great. Don't do that.
Her
husband is Matthew Broderick, and Matthew Broderick plays one character.
Yep.
And that is Inspector Gadget.
Yep. I loved that movie.
Me too.
My brother and I got all the time, and I got the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Oh, I love that movie.
Inspector Gadget.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Have you seen The Producers? This movie, Stepford Wives, just made me want to watch The Producers.
Yeah.
Which is, wow, it's so good. And he plays the same character.
Yep, he does.
Yep. I think, yeah. So anyways, he's like a fine guy, you know.
Yeah. And then.
Oh my God, sorry.
Yeah. They decide to go move to Stepford, which is a super, super gated, quote, new town. Whether or not it's actually new, but they call it being new.
They're like,
which I'm like,
there's no crime.
Yeah.
And there's no poverty. And then
yeah. And then we have Glenn
Close. This movie is star-studded.
Yes. Bette Midler.
Bette Midler's in it. What's it?
Christopher Walken.
What? Nicole Kidman. Jesus, I can't even come up with her name.
Yeah.
She is, this is like the peak of Nicole Kidman fame.
Yes.
Yeah. Like her work in the 90s and then the early aughts. Ooh, yes. This is like when she was at her most famous.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is a studded cast. Yes. Faith Hill is in this?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yes, Faith Hill.
She's like plays a prominent role in this movie.
Yeah.
She has many lines, but her face is beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's all she needs in the movie. They move to this house, and it's a smart house.
I have a note here.
And they have a CGI robot dog.
I said, smart house? Hell no. She's going to start a tornado in your house and think she's your mom. Okay, we learned a lesson from the Disney movie Smart House.
I think I've only seen that maybe once.
The dance. I love that movie. Mm-hmm. I thought the guy, when I was young, that guy was like peak hot.
Yeah.
Great movie. Great horror movie.
Yeah, it is. And
also the housewife aesthetic is in that movie. Yep. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's really crazy.
I wonder what year it came out. I wonder if it came out a similar time as this.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah. But that CGI dog, I hated it.
99.
Ooh. Is this an adaptation of Stepford Wives or Smart House?
I don't
know.
I don't know. There's no tornadoes in the house. So.
That's true.
Or hurricane or whatever it is.
Yeah. But the house furniture in this house is also, it's exactly taken right out of Sims 4. That is exactly what the furniture in The Sims is designed to look like, the early aughts rich people aesthetic.
Yeah.
I could recreate that living room right now in The Sims 4 in under 10 minutes.
I was also like, how did they fill, because they lived in New York, in the city.
Yeah.
And no matter how big your apartment is, which I'm assuming they had like a nice size apartment.
Yeah.
It's smaller than a gargantuan house.
These houses come with furniture, or like I'm sure
really rich people,
or they pay someone
what
to
a
come.
Hideous idea.
They're like, hey, pay this person and we'll interior decorate it for you. They absolutely have to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Oh yeah. It's awful.
Like, you had a huge dining room table in your New York apartment. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
See, I'm not rich. I don't know of rich things.
Me neither.
I am also a control freak and extremely picky. So none of those are conducive to me letting anybody else pick out my furniture when I have money.
The men go to the men's association, which is like they're trying to make it like more like a club type situation, and the women go to the spa.
And I don't. So the point I wrote. So the women do gather. They don't gather. Like that's the point, is that they don't interact with each other. There's no community among the women. And when there started to be in the book, there started to be a like growing community of women. The men were like, oh God, they're talking to one another about us and how we're inferior. So they shut that shit down. But now they're just like, now they go to the spa and they do Claire aerobics.
Which is hilarious.
I laughed so hard at that scene because she goes, I do, like, Glenn Close's character's name is Claire, and she's like teaching this aerobics class that they're all doing in heels and dresses. And she goes, and I call it Claire aerobics. And one girl in the back goes, because her name is Claire. And I laughed so hard. That's what I'm saying. This movie is funny.
It's very funny.
Once I dissociated from
what it's trying to be.
What it thinks it's being. Whether it thinks it's being. That was like, this is just a stupid movie.
Yeah. And then again, like in the other movie, we see the interior of the men's club. We see it a lot more here, and it's just like this big smoking room.
Like half the movie is spent with the men's club.
Yeah.
We see,
and it's boring.
Sorry, my next note is gay.
The 4th of July party.
Yeah.
So at the 4th of July, Bette Midler's character shows up, Bobby. And she is wearing this like punk band t-shirt. I forget what band. And she's wearing all black, very like New Yorker aesthetic, alternative aesthetic, and runs towards Joanne and is like, you're here. We're going to be best friends.
She like finds the mayor and she's like, I think it's problematic that this is 4th of July and there's no black people here. It's like very neoliberalism. It's like, bitch, you moved here. You knew.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. But she's Connecticut.
Yeah.
And like a closed community.
A closed community in Connecticut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we meet Roger, who is the Charmaine character. And this choice.
Yes, I have thoughts about this choice. This actually did piss me off. And like, this is post dissociation, Marissa. Yes. This did piss me off.
It's like, I think they were trying to be progressive and including, but that the creators changing this character to be a gay white man, to try and be progressive is the same vibe as this town allowing a gay couple in. Mm-hmm. It's the same, like, look at us, we're so progressive and
cool. We have black friends. That's the vibe it's giving. And it's like, also, how could I be racist?
And eventually, oh, my pen. What? And eventually, Roger ends up turning into a Stepford Wives. So they're also making the point that in a gay man couple, one has to be the woman.
And what? Thank you. This is my exact. Yes.
Infuriating.
Yes. Yep. I wrote, oh no, they're going to make him Stepfordized. I hate that. Very early 2000s view of gay men in relationships.
Yes.
Quote unquote, which one of you is the woman?
Pants?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yes. I knew immediately. And there's this line in there where after Roger is Stepfordized, spoiler alert, he's a Charmaine character. Yeah. He's Stepfordized and then Bobby Stepfordized and then Joanna.
Yeah. Spoilers.
We'll get to that. But after he is and like totally changes everything is about his personality. Listen, gay people can be anybody. Yes. They can have all different gay people are just people, so there can be people who are assholes and people who are great people and people who are businessmen and people who are like flamboyantly gay like Roger is. There's a point where Joanna's like freaking out because Roger has changed to become a state senator wearing khakis. Gross.
Yeah. A Republican.
A Republican, right. That's right. How do you become a gay Republican? I love that line. Funny. That really got me. Roger is funny.
Yeah. Oh, hilarious.
When he's pre-Stepford.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where Joanna's freaking out because her friend has changed his personality. Yes. Relatable. And Walter goes, gay people can have all different personalities. And it's like, that's totally true. But that's not the situation at hand, Walter.
Yeah.
The situation at hand is that you've changed this man's personality because it was too flamboyant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jerry's the real villain of the story. I hated that. I love awful. Roger.
Roger's hilarious. And he's hilarious, but the creators of this movie were trying to do a thing that made them just look like the villains of this movie.
Yeah. The creators of this movie are the true villains.
Truly.
Yeah, truly.
Sorry, Frank Oz. Stick to Miss Piggy.
Steve, what did I say? What did I say when we started talking about this movie? Frank Oz, you stick to being Miss Piggy. You Yoda-ass bitch.
Okay, the 4th of July scene I think is hilarious because it is so accurate to any small town, white American town. And the square dancing, hilarious. Glenn Close yelling at them with all the moves. Again, this movie is camp.
It's campy,
it's
for
so
sure.
camp and fun until you realize what they're messing up.
But it's like, until you like, I agree. Yeah, and they're, okay, yep. Oh, and then Faith Hill short circuits. And this is what I'm talking, so in the 1975 movie, the short circuiting happens when she gets into a car accident. And like, it makes sense. Like, she got bumped and she's like, it was very subtle, I thought. This one, not subtle. She starts like spinning at like super,
like CGI spinning,
superhuman speeds. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she like has a malfunction because she's dancing too much.
And Joanna tries to like help them, but then the men push her out of the way, and Christopher Walken, the mayor, comes over, and all the men block the view of specifically Joanna, and we hear a pop as if this girl's head got popped back in. And it's like, again, I mean, this movie is not a horror movie. They're not trying to make it a horror movie. They're just trying to make it, ooh, spooky. What if?
What's going on?
What if? What's going on? Right? And that's like, at this point, because at first I was like, okay, they could tone shift halfway through, right? They could.
Right. It's like this campy, and then that happens, and like a switch flips for Joanna, right?
Yeah, they could have.
That's not what
happened.
It goes in the exact opposite direction, where Joanna's like, well, I guess I should just conform.
Yeah. And she starts doing her hair and starts kind of dressing not in black clothes.
Oh, yeah. You're telling me this woman who thus far her entire wardrobe has been black, she just has a frilly pink dress hanging around?
Yeah.
Let me tell you. As somebody who has a fair amount of black in their wardrobe, I do not have a frilly pink dress hanging around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At one point after this scenario, Joanna and Walter are arguing, and Walter goes, fine, marriage over, and walks away. And then Joanna's like, no. But like the fact that he's just like, marriage over.
Yeah.
It's like so middle school. Break up, done.
Yeah, we're broken up.
Yeah. It cracked me up. I was like, this is it's not that I don't believe someone like Nicole Kidman could be with someone like Matthew Broderick. No, that happens all the time. Like, that's fine. But the way that they're acting is that Joanna's always trying to earn Walter's attention and love.
Yeah.
Like, from this point on. And that's weird.
But the like catalyst for him wanting to change her, and we find this out later, is that like she's always surpassed him in everything. Like, oh, she's a better tennis player. I was like, rich people are so petty. Like, you are more successful in your career. You like, it's like, so which is it? Because she seems like desperately seeking out your attention. Yeah. After that scene, Roger has a line, and I just want to say it because it made me laugh super hard. Because she's like, my husband was a different man last night. He was strong. He was commanding. And Roger goes, oh, like your refrigerator. And I, like, there's so many elements of this that I don't get. Like, why does it have to be a smart house?
Right.
I don't get that. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, that's just, it made me laugh so hard. I laughed really hard at this movie often.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed watching it. Is it good?
The premise pissed me off.
Yes,
I think. Yeah.
Them finding the remotes to the different wives, like, it's just like so obvious.
Why would you make it a giant gold remote with their name on it?
2004. Tech is so cool.
It's so tacky though. It's so and it's huge.
Yeah.
I'm like, anybody could see that. Anyways.
I love how messy Bobby's house is. Relatable.
Yeah.
And how I love how Bobby just goes into the house and grabs a pint of ice cream and is chowing down, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Listen, Bette Midler is a queen.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, she's always great.
She's always great.
Yeah. They have a book club, and they have a book club, and they're like trying to talk about something intense and deep, and then there's this huge, essentially, catalog.
It's a catalog of like Christmas ornaments.
And they're like, I want to make a snowman out of pine cones.
I was really shocked at all the uses for pine cones. Yeah. This is like a 5-minute scene of them talking about like pine cones and like
and Bobby's character is Jewish, and so they're
Jewish,
like you can make a menorah out of pine cones, and Bobby's like, yeah, so on the nose, the humor at points, which adds to the camp. Obviously,
it's so 2000s. I think anybody past our age would have a lot of trouble watching this. Like anybody that wasn't at least 7 or 8 when this movie came out would have a lot of difficulty understanding, just because they wouldn't have like those cultural touch, like the idea of the culture at the time, which wasn't great.
Y2K,
post 9/11, post Y2K, like it was just such a strange time, particularly in, specifically in America, which is where this movie is set. Yeah, I'm like, I would love to see like a 20-year-old, a current day 20-year-old watch this movie. I think they would not get any of the
bits. Yeah.
Because it is quite offensive in some ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think we're just like, we're brain dead to that. We're rotted from that. Because,
the Y2K offensive
we're like, oh
movies.
Yeah, everything I love has something offensive in it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. When Roger's husband brings them to the men's association, Roger, like, the men are like making these really stupid gay jokes at him.
They're like girlfriend, like making fun of him, and I'm like, gross. And
so
they're like,
gross.
we're really welcoming. I'm like, okay.
And then
boring old men.
Bobby and Joanna sneak in, and this part is a little spooky. They're sneaking in and they're seeing all these portraits of the husbands and their wives.
Yeah.
And it's creepy. And then they're getting followed by a flashlight, and it ends up being Roger. Hilarious. But this is like leading up to him being Stepford Wives as he's running for state senate. So that he can represent Stepford. And then it's like, okay, so Stepford's trying to make a movement outside of Stepford.
That's it.
Like a world domination kind of situation. Which
they're
is
like, when we go global, like, once Joanna finds out, they're like, we're going to go global. I'm like, I don't think that works. Especially now. Like, it doesn't work. Yeah. Sorry. Divorce, no fault divorce is a thing. Yeah. Like, that's another thing about the 1975 is that I think almost everywhere, no-fault divorce was not a thing. Mm-hmm. So
women are literally trapped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're like, unless they can prove that they, infidelity or whatever, they are trapped.
Yeah. But
that's
the high stakes here are not here.
I don't know that this movie could be remade in current day. I mean, we'll see. But let's just say today.
You have to make it set in the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. Or a Handmaid's Tale-esque future, right? Yeah. Where not that exact world, but I'm talking like
a dystopia.
How like a regressive society.
Yeah.
So like we've had this peak and then we are into regression. Yeah.
No, I agree.
I don't think you could with technology and all that. I just don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work in a modern day setting, and I don't think it works in even a 2004 setting, just 20 years ago. In case you didn't do that math like I did this morning.
21 years, yeah.
Don't be rude.
I could do that, math. After Roger is turned... Oh, the bit where after Roger is Stepford Wives and Bobby and Joanna go and look in his trash and find all his designer stuff.
Vigo! Yeah, he has a t-shirt with Viggo Mortensen on it, and they're like, okay, things are dire. He threw away his Viggo shirt.
In the fun facts on IMDb in the trivia, there's... a stupid fun fact. Sometimes IMDb reaches for their fun facts or their trivia, and it's like
IMDb.
IBM. What is it? IMBD.
DB. It's database. Is the what it
whatever.
Stands for. Yeah.
Anyways, it's like in the movie, Roger has a T-shirt with Viggo Mortensen's face on it, so we can assume that his character likes Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, no,
honey. Did a straight person write that fun fact?
Apparently,
no,
I was
honey.
like.
He likes Viggo Mortensen. He might like Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn.
Yes, which we all
Who
do.
among us?
Yeah.
Who among us? Yeah.
I love that bit.
That's really that really that did get me. Yeah, they're like his Dolce and Gabbana shirt. Yeah.
But as Joanna's figuring stuff out, she's like Googling the women. They all used to be really powerful women, like diplomats,
U.S. NASA, Circuit of Appeals Court judges,
Yeah. She goes to Bobby's house. Bobby's all Stepford Wives. Her sons are bossing her around. Hated that.
Her sons are gross.
Her sons are gross. Just
Where's
like their
my
father.
action figures?
Yeah. So gross.
Oh, another Star Wars connection. The son asked for Star Wars
characters,
action dolls. Star Wars dolls.
Yeah. Maybe your theory is
it's getting
stronger and stronger.
It's getting stronger. Go
on. But Joanna tries to get the kids, but Walter has them apparently at the men's association because she wants to leave.
Yeah.
And so she goes in, and there's like a big presentation happening to Walter. Like they're like the men's association. Christopher Walken is trying to like convince Walter of the situation, and it's like this creepy 50s, 60s like.
It's like
Disney,
very like
Jurassic Park,
esque
commercial.
Yeah, commercial.
Yeah. Explaining how they turn the women into the perfect ideal, but like it's very obviously they're like, oh, yeah, we turn your women into robots.
They're saying the quiet part way out loud. They got megaphones. They're in a stadium. They are screaming the quiet part out loud because they want to go international or like global with it. I'm like, and again, I don't think it'll work. It's very strange.
Yeah. And we find out all of these men are from powerful tech companies, and their names are all based off like the mayor is Mike for Microsoft.
Grow up. Grow up.
And Joanna's there, and they show her and Mike, or her, sorry, they show her and Walter the robot version of her, again with no eyes.
No eyes again.
Copying the 75 one.
It's not as creepy as in...
No, it's not. And like Joanna has like tears in her eyes, but she like kisses Walter.
She just gives in.
Yeah. And they go under like...
I was so confused.
Uh-huh.
I was like, you're in a room full of the nerdiest nerds that nerd. Run, punch, kick, do something. Try. But she's just like, well, I guess now's the time.
Yeah, and they just go in this like little elevator down under the floor.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the grocery store. So us as readers of the book,
I did love the grocery store scene because it is a direct representation of the last scene of the 1975 version, which I thought was a good scene.
We think this is the end of the movie, though, at this point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
because that's where the 1975 version ends. Surprise, bitch! We got 30 more minutes of this movie. This movie is too damn long.
So long.
And it's short. It's shorter than the 1975 version, but it is too damn long.
Yes. But we have Nicole Kidman with her long blonde hair. We got rid of that ugly ass bob, which...
Well, thank God, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean...
The bob is not bobbing.
I get it. She's changed, but like, she looks great.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
bob was not working for her.
Yeah. And they have a celebration of the newest citizens, right? So they have essentially this big ball. And... they're dancing. Eventually, Stepford Wives, Joanna gets Christopher Walken, the mayor character, to himself, and Walter starts sneaking through the men's association back down to the basement. And I'm like, this is when I was like, why is a man saving them? Why is a man saving them?
I wrote, they've lost the plot.
And the way he hacks into the screens is he's just hitting.
It's like when you see kids like in movies like do the elevator thing where they just do all the buttons. That's what he was doing. He was just like beep boop 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 beep boop bop bop beep boop bop bop beep boop. Hopefully I find the and there's a reverse button which seems really reversal. Seems really crazy for them to program that into their brain. This one is brain microchips. So we got robots for the 1975 version.
Brain microchips, but also they have little bodies, though.
I didn't understand because they're themselves.
They're themselves, but also they have bodies.
See, this movie doesn't know what's going on.
Are they doing like weird plastic surgery,
or like they're like androids, right? Or like what is that? Cyborgs, yeah, where they're half kind of.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Where they're like Murderbot, where they have like organic parts, and their brains are the same, I guess.
Because it's mostly microchips, but it's also their bodies.
I hate to bring up the ship of Theseus.
Marissa, you're a guest in my home. I gave you a LaCroix.
That's true.
Triggered.
No, I'm just joking.
I know.
We won't talk. But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. But so at first I was like, oh, is he going to save his wife? And then it's revealed that she never was turned into.
Yeah, he never did the process, which
I was like, how they got away with that.
But it's fine. Like they're not doing any like verifications, or they're just like, well, they went down in the elevator thing, so they must have done it.
And so as Walter is button smashing and turning all the women back into humans, Joanna hits Christopher Walken over the head, and Glenn Close is like running and yelling like, no, my husband, oh no. And
this is after.
And his whole head falls off.
This is after.
What do you mean?
Like Walter has already done it, and the women have de-Stepfordized because it's brain chips. Yeah. And also maybe robots. We don't know. We don't really understand. We don't understand. But and then Walter is like, I've saved the day, which pissed me off, of course, making this feminist tale. The hero is the man.
And the villain.
And the villain is a woman. It's Glenn Close. She's the one who came up. It just misses the mark. It just misses the mark.
Her husband, so if we find out her husband was cheating on her with his secretary, she killed both of them, admits to it.
Yep.
And then turns him into a robot. And there's like, well, what if I make everyone else perfect and happy?
Yeah.
So you
guys don't get it. You were unhappy before. It's like, oh, honey, you're kissing a robot. Yeah. You're unhappy. Yeah. And then like her robot tries to attack Walter, and Joanna beheads him. Christopher Walken is a robot the whole time.
Yeah. And it's just such a stupid ending. And then we get 6 months later, they all succeed after this. She gets
she's cut her hair back into the bob.
It's better than the other bob.
It's better than the brown bob, you're right.
Yeah. But she makes a doc. Bobby wrote a poem collection about cutting off her husband's
I love that. She's like, I don't like to hold a grudge. This is my book of poetry called Wait Till He Falls Asleep and Then Cut It Off.
Yeah, love it.
Laugh so hard at that.
Yeah, and then Roger's elected. Yeah. And the men are in house arrest, essentially, by their women at Stepford. So they're not like robotized or whatever. They are just trapped there. And I was like,
It's
weird.
It's what dumb people think feminism is.
Yes. Yes.
It is what it is. I was thinking, because we were watching Love Island, I was thinking of that fight in season 3 between Johnny and Camilla when he's like, "Oh, women equal." Yeah. Or like the slope points away from men, right? No, that's not what fucking feminism really is. I'm like, it's anti-feminist, this movie.
Yeah.
First, because the man is the one that saves the day. Glenn Close, the woman, is a haggard, bitter, old woman in the workforce who got tired and became a villain and killed her husband.
Yeah.
She's literally a Black Widow.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and the men aren't the one who come up with it, even though they facilitate it, but they facilitate it because Glenn Close comes up with the technology, and then her robot husband, Christopher Walken. It is so convoluted. And again, parts of it are funny. It's campy as hell. And camp, you gotta know you're a little campy to be camp. You can't just be like making a bad movie and maybe camp. However, the framework of this is built, as we've been talking about, on a feminist novel, novella, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a short book. And this is what they produced from it. It's gross.
Yes.
My thoughts at the end, while funny and once I dissociated, it was okay. Yeah. It's still gross to me. Ugh. It gives me the ick.
And so I was watching some of the behind the scenes on the DVD, and most of them are about the actual building of the set and stuff, which was boring. Like, whatever.
What the crap?
Yeah. But part of it, someone I forget mentioned, is like, oh, this, interesting idea about what if this town was actually full of robots. And I was like, that's not the idea of Stepford. Is that
it's missing the point. Yeah, they've lost the plot. The robots are not. Yeah, right. Literally. The robots are not the interesting part of the story. They're not even in the book.
Yeah.
And they're barely in the 1975 movie. They're only in the 1975 movie because it's like a possibility that's raised in the book.
Yeah.
That's not interesting.
And I trying to look for
That's the point of iRobot, which is a different fucking movie.
And it's, I think, part of, obviously we talked about why when this movie was made really affects the changes, but I think also the technology part is also why they wanted to make this movie. They didn't want to make it for feminist reasons. They're like, wow, we're on the edge of the big tech boom, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if we made this movie about technology ruining people? And I'm like, okay, that's a fun idea, but they failed at that too.
Yeah,
they're not making a feminist movie.
Whatever message they're going for, they've doing it. Failed.
Yeah. And it's so frustrating. And I looked for fun facts, and there weren't many. But apparently,
tell me the drama.
Well, it's very not
light drama.
Detailed. Well, no, there was drama, but like not really detailed drama. But apparently,
nobody in there is a gossip.
Exactly,
you're telling me.
Yeah, Frank Oz, Kidman, and Medler all had beef together while making this, and they constantly did not like each other's choices or direction. Yeah, so
wild.
Yeah, and also in the behind the scenes, Faith Hill's little bitch, she's like, yeah, there's this really funny thing about the book club, and honestly, I would like to have time to make a pine cone centerpiece for Christmas, but I don't have time to do that. And that was her little bit, and I was like, okay, Faith Hill.
Girl, yeah, you don't have fucking time because you're an accomplished country singer.
But I thought that was a little funny, though.
What the crap?
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Her and Tim McGraw were really doing the most in the early aughts, weren't they?
Yeah. And I don't know, this movie is full of actors, has some funny bits, campy.
This movie has actors.
It has funny actors.
It has film being made.
The cupcake bit, funny.
Yeah, there's
campy.
Oh, because you didn't make 1,000 of them?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
There's so many good one-liners. However, when you smush up all the other parts of it, horrible.
Yeah. It's not a good adaptation. We don't have to...
let's not even pretend.
Yeah, it's an awful adaptation.
It misses the point entirely.
Yeah.
So how could it be a good adaptation?
And if they named it something else, I think it would still be a B-tier movie. I would enjoy it as a campy mess because that's what it is. It's a campy mess, but I would be less mad.
Exact. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they used the general premise, did not call it the Stepford Wives.
Yep. Yeah. So If you're gonna watch these movies, don't.
Yeah, it like makes a joke about like. I love that it's like a remake of the 1975 because I feel like that movie, the 1975 version, actually took seriously like the point. Yeah. And this one is just like feminism. Can you believe it? Yeah, it's like no. What the? Yeah. I feel like this is written by men who thought we were in like a post-equality world, which is hilarious. Yeah. 20 years later, you know?
Yeah. But, yeah.
Hated it. Mm-hmm. But also it made me laugh quite a bit.
Your text this morning cracked me up.
I sent it right after I finished the movie. And I was
say, like 12 ha-ha-has all in caps. What the fuck? And I was like, in my head, I was like, she finished it.
Yeah, it was really jarring. Mm-hmm. Really jarring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't watch it. I don't think watch it. It's not worth it.
No.
Not even if it's on TV. Go watch the Avengers, you know? It'll be on. Don't worry. You'll find an Avengers.
The same amount of feminism is in the Avengers and is in this movie.
Yeah.
As in
if
there's
you watch
a lady.
That last Avengers where they have the lady. Have you seen the last Avengers, the Avengers Endgame?
Yeah.
Where they have that scene where all the female superheroes. That's more feminism. That's very performative feminism, yeah. But that's more feminism than is in the 2004 remake of the Stepford Wives.
Yep, sadly.
Yep.
But anyways, thanks for being on the pod.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Anytime.
Of course. And thanks, listeners, for listening. Way to go. You did it. You did it.
You listened to our rants.
Yes.
Well, let's be honest. My rants.
Hey. That's why I have guests, so I don't have to do all the work. On our Patreon, we did a game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, which you can listen to.
We did that.
Yeah, we did that.
I was like,
a long time ago.
I wonder if we're going to do a game today. We already did it.
Yeah, we already did it. Yeah.
I remember, because I had the strips of paper.
Yeah. So go listen to that.
Jenessa did me real dirty with some of her options. Hey. I'll just say that.
Hey, it's part of the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Oops.
I want to hate everybody.
That's fair. But if you don't hate us, rate us 5 stars.
Yeah, don't hate us.
Don't hate us. Rate us 5 stars on whatever podcast you're listening to. If it's not 5 stars, don't worry about it. Follow us on Instagram at Read the Book First Podcast.
Nailed it.
And remember, read the book first.
And
only this one.
Really do it.
Just this one. Okay.